Hello and good evening. Welcome to our YouTube channel today. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you see what you like, don't forget a thumbs up along this line somewhere would be very much appreciated. I hope it's a better evening than it is with us. It is blowing a hoolie, which isn't good, but hopefully it will calm down a bit. So even better crafting weather, eh? Doesn't seem very long ago that I was saying how hot it was, but now I've even got a cardigan on, so it must be cooler, mustn't it? So I have got a new EasyFrame for you today. I've got it today because I was going to do it a little bit later, but actually I'm going to be sneaking away from you for a few days and will not be with you this Wednesday. So therefore, the next time I see you, you've got respite from me, will be on Sunday next week, where we'll be launching the October card kit. So hence I thought I'll be nice to them and I'll bring in one of the new frames earlier than I thought. Now, before you go rushing off, there's quite a few bits and pieces to this today. And one thing I did want to tell you is that I have now got in stock the Poinsettia card. Now, if you're a member of the Facebook group, the Maximumcrafts Facebook group, you will not only have seen me talking about this, I realised I haven't turned it around. You will not only have seen me talking about this about 2 or 3 weeks ago, but also you may have seen some of the beautiful creations that were done in the workshop yesterday, the online workshop. And this was some of the card that we were using. And so that is now available over on the website. There is loads, so don't be panicking that you're going to miss out. But I was just going to say that the people that have commented about it, nip over to there and get yourself some from there. So there are 12 sheets altogether, 6 different designs, nothing to do with the card that I'm doing today, more so with the card that we did yesterday, which was this little beauty. So this was how we used the card. You can see it's in there as well because we had a hexagon card, which folds almost completely flat if I hadn't fiddled with my Poinsettia. And you get this die sets. It's a bundle of 3 dies there, 3 sets of dies for the foliage, the Poinsettia, and the candle. Now, I know that was yesterday's workshop, but I do have 6 workshop packs left. So if anyone would like to get it and just follow along with video and instructions only, as opposed to actually joining the workshop, because you missed out on that one, but there are still some if you would wish. And it was brilliant. I had the best afternoon. And from what I can gather with the ladies and gents that were there yesterday as well, they too enjoyed it. It really was a brilliant workshop. So I just wanted to point out that is available. Okay, but not what we're going to be doing today. So I'm going to bring in one of the cards that we're going to doing today, and this is the new EasyFrame in all its glory. So this is the double loop circle EasyFrames. It's a circle, quite obviously, but we've got on the edge there the little loops. And if I bring in this piece, because I think this might be easier to show you, that not only have you got the double loops here, so that's your dark blue, but the inner piece, the smaller frame, is stitched. So clearly it would make a lovely frame just on the stitched alone, but then put the two together and it works really, really well. So this will fit. This is onto a 6-inch card, and I'm going to be doing a 7-inch one today. So I just wanted to do something a little bit different other than the ordinary circle. So that is where we're going with today. So that's the double loop circle, and it's an EasyFrame. So you get both dies, don't have to buy 2 packets in order to make sure that you can do it both ways. That's it. With me, you get what you see. So you've got the gorgeous outer frame, which will give you both that side and that side. So you get that in one. I'll show you in a second. And then you've got the lovely stitched element in the middle. So also I'm going to be using the lily plate flower. So that's the flower here. I've got the leaf duo, which is sneak in there. And I'm also using the sending love and hugs sentiment. I use it a lot, but it just works so well. And you may notice that of the background, now it's a smallish piece of paper, just a 6x6 more or less, and so it's not shown in all its glory, but I am going to show you the paper pad now. I do not have very many in at the moment. They are in order and they will be here for when I see you next Sunday. So if you're thinking about it, you can always pop on and have a look, and we'll put them on some pre-orders later, because it's a beautiful one, and it's called Stunning Skies and Colourful Clouds. And let me just show you, it's a brand new one out. So you've got, as always, being the duo design, you've got on this side, you've got all of the clouds. So you've got sort of pinky colours, much better in real life, all this sort of thing. So you've got lovely, and that's what I'm using, one of the colours. But then when you turn it over, if you prefer to use the other side, you have got all these beautiful, sorry, you're not seeing it very well. Just like fireworks and rainbows and heavenly clouds. Oh, just beautiful, beautiful for backgrounds, but lovely because you've got the choice of both, and of course the colors match. So that's what I've used today. That's what I used on this sample. Used the bluish one. On the other side of that is sort of can't remember now, night sky, I think. Don't know now. Anyway, whatever. But I'm going to be using a sort of an aqua color for the background for my other card. So let's put that to one side. Let's go and show you the dies. So let's pop that over there. So this is the die selection that we're going to be using today. So this is the new double loop circle EasyFrame. So that's your wide one. And then you get your stitched one, which then fits into the center there and gives you that double frame. As easy as it says on the packet. Just decide what color you want to use. This is my leaf duo. So I've got one facing one way and one facing the other. And then I've got my sentiment, and I've also got the lily flower plate. So the lily flower plate comes as a plate which cuts all 6 of those lilies out in one go, and we're going to be using them for our design. So there we go. So we told you all about that. Now let's grab some colours. So hold on a second. Whoops. So I'm going to use this time a 7x7 card. The one that I showed you just now, and I'll show you again later, is a 6x6, but this one is a 7x7. And I've taken turquoise colour. So this is a piece of my turquoise card, and I'm going to stick that straight down onto my base. And I've cut that at 16 centimetres by 16 centimetres, so 16 all the way round. And then that fits in there, giving me quite a wide border, but I'm happy with that. Quite a wide border. So then my next layer is going to be one from the duo paper pad, Stunning Skies and Colourful Clouds. So I'm using the colourful clouds because it's just got a nice sort of texture almost to it. But that is the other side of this one. So it's sort of like a sky scene with some birds and that, which again, really, really lovely. But I'm going to go for that one because that side today would detract from what I'm going to do. So I'm going to use it from there. So I'm going to stick that one straight down onto my first layer. And this piece is 15.5 by 15.5. So this one was 16 by 16. This one is 15.5 by 15.5. So let's just log that into there. So that's my card base. And I'm going to pop that to one side until I start putting all my elements together. Okay. So then I'm taking 2 pieces of card. So I have got here turquoise and then a baby blue. It's from Oakwood, Oakwood, I think they're called. So it's a baby blue from them with a touch of linen to it. And this one again is from Oakwood as well. And I think that those colours go quite well together. And those are the colours. This one was the colour that I chose for my first layer. So the darker colour is going to be the one that I choose for my outside piece. So I'm going to cut that out of there. And then from this one, I'm going to cut out my smaller layer, my stitched. And as I said, I think this set is really versatile because you've got, as all the sets are like that really, but you've got this one so that you've got 2 in 1. You've got your stitched, which could be easily used on its own. And then you've got the 2 together, which make it look really, really nice. So just going to cut those through. Just pop that through, and then we'll pop those through, and I'll show you how easy it is to make your frames. Just as easy as that. Okay. So, oh, Annie's ordered the frames and the workshop. Brilliant. You will not be disappointed with that, Annie. But as I say, that was one of my, I reckon that was probably one of my most favourite workshops that we've done. They always seem to be, but it was just so, everyone's cards was just so good. It all worked really, really well. So, my spare bit there, which I won't need, but we can use that as a sentiment or something. Let's take out some of the bits and pieces before I open it up. Just go around with my little brush, make it life easier, and then that just pops out straight away. Hold on. Pop those little bits out because we don't want those. Really lovely. I wish I could get a proper aqua, but this one is called turquoise, but it's got a sort of like an aqua blend to it, I think. So I think that that works out really, really well as well. So let's just, oh, get out when you're told. Didn't want to sit me watching me do that, really, did you, eh? But there you go. So that's all. Someone said it should be called a rainbow frame because they are like little rainbows. And they just look, yeah, really, really pretty. Sort of lacy and yet not. So that's what we went for. There we go. Right, so then we've got our inner frame. And again, just pop that bit out. You've got your frame there. I'm not sure if you can see it. You can see those little dots there, sort of thing. And that is for your frame. And the 2 go together just like that. So I'm just going to stick those 2 together and get rid of those little bits there. So let me just scoop those bits away for you. So I'm just going to put some glue onto the back of this one. And then because it's going to be a frame for my work, I'm going to put some foam onto the back of my bigger one in a second. So that just literally, how easy is that for a frame? Hence the name, Easy Frames. All we got to worry about is the colour that we cut it out in, and we're done. Really, really pretty. So I'm going to turn it over. I'm going to grab my 2mm foam, and I'm going to, because I want to go round the bend, constantly round the bend, I'm going to just peel off the other side of it. So obviously if you were using little pads or something, that is not necessary to do. But in this particular one, it does just help with being able to bend it around as you go. So I'm just, if you leave the tape on in this particular case, it tends to not be so easy to bend. So that's why we're doing it. Okay. So we've got our frame there. I'm bringing my card again, and I'm going to pop that sort of in the center if I can, and then just stick that down. Now, from the sentiment, so as I said, it was the creative expression sentiment, sending love and hugs. I've cut out 2 of those already, and I'm going to put them in first because I need to make sure that my flowers are going to go on these 2 corners, opposite corners, but I need to be able to make sure that we'll be able to see the sentiment. Sometimes I put the sentiment on afterwards, but in this particular case, we need to make sure that we can still read the sentiment. So if we put that on first, we can't go wrong. I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue onto these bits here. Oops. Oh, I noticed that I left a bit in. Never mind, hey? Never mind. So yeah, I'm going to be taking my daddy away. Might leave him there, you never know. Depends if he behaves or not, really. So we're just going to have a few days away with him before the winter sets in, really. And whilst he's still feeling up to it, so we thought that we would do that. Be nice to get away for a few days there. So there's our sentiment, and in all honesty, if you want a very, very plain card, that could be the card that you send out. You might want to put some of the corners in. Got some new corners coming soon. You might want to put the corners in from any of the other corner sets that we've had, and that would make a lovely card. But let's make it into a really, really special one. Oh, sorry, I'm just noticing that the paper pad is already sold out. Can I just go in, and what I'll do, hold on a second, I'll just make it so that it is whoops, I'll make it so that it can be on order, if you like. Let's just do a pre-order on it. Oh goodness, moving that as well, sorry. Don't want you to think that you're going to miss out. So that is on pre-order now, and that will be here when I get back. Okay, so that will go out on Friday. So if you have missed out, you can go and get it. And I will be sending out anything else that's actually ordered beforehand, so don't worry. Okay, so let's then have a look at our flowers. So I've taken the lily plate and I have cut 2 of the plates out, which leaves you like that. I'm actually going to leave it in there, I think, just for a second, because I want to put a bit of colour on it. So I've chosen a memento colour, which is called Teal Zeal. It's a dye-based ink, and I'm going to use one of my, I don't know what you call, precision type blenders. So I'm just going to pop that on there. Not quite so strong as that. So a particularly wet one, that one is. So, and then I'm going to just sort of stroking it down from the outside right into the middle. So it'll end up with the middle piece being used and coloured well. With the little ones, I'm just going to go around in the circle. So these ones I'm going to bring down. You don't have to colour them. I could have cut them out in the turquoise, I mean. But I think it looks really nice, whichever. So I'm going to do all of these sets because I want 6 flowers on there. It's a bit extravagant, but I'm actually obviously going to do 12 flowers on here, but I will show you what I mean. So that's sort of colouring them as a block. And then I'll just do this one as well. So as I said, I won't be here this Wednesday and run out of hours in the day to do you a recorded video one, I'm afraid. So you can have a holiday as well. And I'll be back, though, next Sunday with the October card kit. And as I said previously, we are revamping the very popular subscriptions. And we've started up a subscriber-only Facebook page. So that's nice if you wanted to join over there for the people that are subscribers. And the rest of you will get to see the kit next Sunday, yeah, the 6th of October, which will be lovely. It's a Christmas one, because you really need to start thinking about Christmas now, folks. If you haven't, you really need to. So you will see all about that next week. So I'm just going to take my flowers, push my flowers through. So you've got 3 large ones and 3 small ones in each plate, and obviously I've done that twice. So let's take those, and then I'm going to grab myself my ball tool, and I'm just going to have to be a bit careful because this was designed so that it's opens in the middle, to make sure that the flower, you can stick the flower on properly. It's got like a little slit in the middle, and sometimes your ball tool can go through the middle. So just sort of encouraging that by just going around the circle in the middle of those. And then the little ones I can just press. So just press in the middle and they will all pop up like that. Okay. Then I'm going to put a little bit of glue into the center of the larger ones, because I'm going to make these double. And again, they could easily be single ones, but I wanted to make them double. So I'm popping each one into each small one into the center of the other one, but I'm just making sure that the little tiny petals on the top are in between the bigger petals that are on the bottom. So just make these up. And then I'm going to add a little pearl to the center of each of my flowers. It will be very much easier to do it now rather than add them later. You could, of course, also put glitter and all sorts. So it just, there we go. So the lily flower is new as well, but new as of about 2 weeks ago. So some of you have already got that in your stash as well. So let's just grab my pearls, and I'm going to again pop a little bit of glue into the center just to give these, oh, not supposed to be quite there. In the center it's supposed to be, to give these pearls extra chance to actually stay stuck. So we'll go with sort of like a medium size, I think. It's easier. You don't have to put pearls in them, but I think it finishes a flower off, to be honest. And it's easier to put them on whilst you're working on them like this than when they're actually on the project itself. Whoops, turn over. Don't turn that round. So pretty. If you could see these in real life, these are each leaf, petal rather, has like a little design on it, so it gives it a little bit of a reality thing as well. It does look so nice. Really pleased with them. So there's all my flowers. So let's pop that to one side, bring back my card in, and I'm going to take my leaf fronds. As I say, they are a set, so you've got one facing one way, one facing the other. I'm going to pop that one down here, and then this one along here. And I'm using the little extra, like the stem bit, I'm going to use that as a guide to where I want it to be. I'm going to sort of almost tuck that back in there. So I'm not, as always, not going to put glue on everything. That's just going to go in there like that. Just hold that for a second. And this is where my flowers, oh, will display. And then this one, I'm going to put like that. That's going to go on that corner there. Oh, no, wait a minute. I just said to you, be careful. I don't want to hide that, the G on there. So I've just moved that over a little bit so I can still see the wording, and I've got my sentiment in the right place. I've got my flowers in the right place. Now I'm going to take silicone glue, which is pin flare for me, and I'm going to pop a little bit of that onto the back of each of my flowers, and I'm going to have 3 flowers here and 3 flowers at the top. As I said, you could use this in many different ways, in much less, I was going to say extravagant, that's hardly extravagant, but I mean, it's incredible really, isn't it, with the sort of invention of dyes, what you can achieve, which if you were just having to cut it, how on earth would you cut all those little loops? You'd have gone loopy yourself, wouldn't you, really? In all honesty, I would have done anyway, if that's how you were trying to do it. So I'm just popping them into place. Obviously, as it's silicone glue, it will take a couple of hours to go off, but it just gives much more dimension, which is why I wanted to use those today. So this is for any occasion, really. Could be just thinking of you or anything, couldn't it? There we go. So I'm just going to squeeze up my pin flare and then show you the finishing touch. So this one is obviously done in the turquoise colours and bits and pieces. Let's bring that up there. And this is a 7x7 card blank. And then this is how it looks on a 6x6 card blank. And this one's done in periwinkle blue and dark denim. So you've got a mixture for both. The lights don't show the beauty of this. It's a very pastel colour that I've put on there, but it does look lovely. Well, I think it looks lovely anyway. So hopefully you think it looks lovely. And if you would like to pop over to the maximumcraft.com website, you will see all the things that we've shown you today, including the poinsettia pads and the other pads. And as I said, I've popped those other ones on a sort of weight type of thing. So yeah, I will send off everything else though before I go. I can just see Annie says still can't join the new Facebook group. I will go through. I'm gradually getting everybody, but I'm hoping that I've nearly done it as well. If there are people that I can see, there's a couple of people. If you are still having problems, could you message me directly, and then it's much easier for me to see who's still not on there. It's a much easier way for me to do it. So if you could, I will endeavour to do that later on. So that will be great. You don't have to be a member of the Facebook Maximum Craft subscribers in order to get the kits. And if you are a subscriber, you don't have to be a member of that Facebook group altogether. So, you know, don't worry if that's the case. And everybody gets to see sneak peeks. It's just a different option that people can choose if they wish. So I will be back, as I say, next Sunday. You've got respite from me for the whole the whole time. Carol, you're in the wrong group if you're the only one there, because there's about 75 people there at the moment. So if you could just message me individually, I'll sort that out for you. All orders will be going off tomorrow, apart from any of the pre-orders for the paper pads, of course. And I will look forward to seeing you next Sunday. Yeah, the 6th of October. We'll almost be a week into October before I see you again. Can you imagine it? If you can, a few more likes, if you like what you see, of course, would be great. Down here somewhere, there's a bar. And if you like, that would be wonderful. Okay, thank you. I'm sort of looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to having a break, I'll tell you that. After being so poorly for 4 weeks or more, I am very much looking forward to that. I just hope he behaves himself. You know what they're like. But he's looking forward to it, so it should be good. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.